Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to the studio, people. It's Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV, and you don't know we are back for another episode of Reasoning Time. And today we're gonna hold a reasoning about the Reggae Boyz football squad. You don't know the World Cup qualifiers are approaching by the day, people. What, 8 days from now, we'll be facing Trinidad and Tobago in Trinidad and Tobago, the 13th of November. Crucial set of games coming up on the 13th and the 18th. But today we're going to talk about the Reggae Boyz squad, and to be specific, we're going to be talking about the form of the players, people. So we're going to look at it by position. We'll talk about all the players that are eligible, that we know of, right, to play for the Reggae Boyz, and who we think might have a chance to get called up by the coach. And we're going to look at how they're playing for their clubs, analyze their minutes, their goals scored if they're forwards, wing players, assists, goals, minutes. Who is playing minutes, right? So please, people, I know that a lot of us out here will follow, we track the players. So if anything I say today, you guys want to pull me up on it, you can let me know, but it's not going to be needed. You know why? We're going to show you on the screen what's going on with the players. So you can't say Jason Guna came and made up anything about any players because we have this agenda and that agenda. No, not go so. We are going to look at it based on reality. And the way you do that is you look at the data. So we're going to look at the data today, people, discuss everything, and we are going to make the tough decisions today. We're not go around the corner, we're not skirt around it, because all of us are very critical, including myself, of this coach and the coaching staff and their decisions as it pertains to picking players. So we can now say that, and then when it come down to us to say, all right, we're gonna pick 3 players in this position, and when it come time to do it, you guys are boy, you want to tell me say them are gonna pick a bigger squad and you can put an extra person. No, we have to pick 3. So tell me a 3 and call it a day, because you have to be able to do that. Because we can't beat the coach and I say I make the wrong decision them and then turn around and we there do the same thing, can't pick. But people, today we're gonna do that. We're gonna look on the form today. Kicking down the door. Who is that? Well, you see it on the thumbnail, people. I think Trevante Stewart, not even, you can't even say him kicking it down, and kick over. The door is not even there anymore. So yeah, we're going to talk about him, of course, because we're going to start with the strikers. I think the strikers is a very interesting part of the pitch in terms of who should get called and who we believe should get called and who this man I believe who should get called. I was thinking to open up the phone line potentially today because I might want to hear from some people what their thoughts are. I know unlike the reason when we just break it down, but sometimes it's good to maybe get an next perspective on certain things, right? And then the last part of it is form versus familiarity. The coach was asked a question about this in a press conference, and basically the guy was asking, what do you look at more? Is it form for club? Is it form for the national team? Is it, chemistry? He basically listed 4 or 5 things, or things that you would say you would use as your criteria to select. And McLaren basically said it's all of them. But what McLaren left out is surely there must be something that would break the tie between players. So do you look more at what they have done in terms of their history with the national team, how much they have played with the national team, their success with the national team? Are you looking at more what they're doing away from the national team when they're with their clubs? Because you have to kind of, one of them needs to mean more to you, in terms of making your selections. So yes, all of it comes into consideration, but what do you value more? That is the question. Does it vary from position to position? These are the things you have to look at. All right, I'm bless up the chat. Big up Jagans from early out. Member, big up yourself. Highly respect Mr. Jagarns in the building. Say good morning, JGTV and all. Blessings. Odell Low, bless up yourself. Big up yourself, Odell Low. Up. What go on? Joseph Brown, big up yourself. Another member in the building said, bless up Jason in the chat, smash the like button as you roll in, share and subscribe as well. Yeah, man, let them know from early out. Bless up Melsha Walker in the building. Meeks in the building, big up yourself. Yeah, man, respect for the membership as well. Throat management, bless up yourself every time. G, top minutes, Tyrese Campbell, Damari Gray, Roman Burrell, and Stewart. So yeah, I got pre the minutes today, you know. Really, I got pre the minutes today. I have a calculator ready. I want to get the average and all them thing there. Some players starting to get a hint of form. Man like Burrell, Gray, Travante, and TC. All right. So that's how I'm say the people them. And I me want to watch the player them. I know a lot of people watch the players, but let's see if those guys back in the squad, great, definitely. But the others, let's see. Yeah, that's very true. At the end of the day, some people will say, you know, these shows are madness because you're not picking the team and this and that. But I think the conversations are good because yeah, the conversations are good. I think we'll be watching Bailey cards tonight. Yeah, that's why I try to start the show a little bit earlier than this, you know, because you know Chelsea gonna start for them game. I watch USA, Burkina Faso. One love USA right now. The boy Sullivan come score. But Burkina Faso miss some easy chance. Jeez and peace. But USA look like them want to give a one. Clearance. Last few minutes. What a shot wide. Jamaica should have dare this World Cup there. Bless up Marvin. What go on, bro? Hope all is well with you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He did. Amari is injured. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up, star. Trust me. Not a good look. Hamstring look like it. Give out on him. Trust me. But yeah, look like USA go barely get over the line with this 1-0. You know, maybe one more chance in it for Burkina Faso. Why kick out the ball, sir? Anybody been watching the U17 World Cup? CONCACAF get some beating, you see, man. I think a Costa Rica alone get a point. Panama lose. I think Canada play later today. But Panama lose, El Salvador lose, Honduras, I think Honduras lose. Ooh. Man, never use them challenge now. Jaja. That he back on the bench fit again. I think Sheffield coach more confused than McLaren. He don't know who he's starting for it is. Every week it changes. We say Ugbo or Bailey. Bailey goodly play tonight, you know. It's only right. I don't think he will start last game, so look like I saw the man a pretty thing. Like whoever play last time, I go bench this time. Maybe until one of them score, you know. I don't know, brother. Watched Tyrese Hall earlier this week was poor, to be honest. He actually went to the game, or you just mean you watched him? Bless up, Conrad. Ever smile that rate or you always have a positive vibes, you know? Even if you're trolling some of the time. Big up yourself, Conrad. Curacao released their squad. Yeah, I was planning on revealing that today too. For anybody who never see that Did a little research. Only one name that I wasn't expecting. So I did a little research on the player. So yeah, man, I was going to talk about that today, but thanks for bringing that up as well. Bless up Tycoon. Hope all is well, my brother. Lamar and I building. Bless up yourself. All right, so no itching people. Let's get right into it. So we're gonna talk about the striker them people, because to me, the strikers, it's a good conversation right now. So if you base it off let's just look at the last two windows for Jamaica, right? So last two windows for Jamaica, when you look at the squad and how it was picked, he had 4 strikers in the mix. And the last two squads for Jamaica, they have decided to use either 25, I think it was, or 26 players. And in that collection of players, the coach both times has selected 4 what they call out and out center forward / strikers, right? Everybody here would agree with that, right? Because I want to make sure I get this completely correct. So with that being said, if the last couple times McLaren has picked squads, and I shouldn't say McLaren, the last couple times the technical staff has picked squads, there have been 4 strikers in it, right? We can all agree on that. Okay, cool. So with that being said, there's no evidence really to suggest that this upcoming squad won't have 4 strikers in it again. So that should be our point of reasoning today. We know the coach put 4 strikers. Let's analyze the 4 strikers though. So in the first window, there was a striker of the 4 selected that, for all intents and purposes, wasn't really ready to be called, right? Mikel Antonio. Based on my assessment. Maybe people disagree with that, but based on my assessment, when he was selected for that window in September, he was not ready. So, and in the October window, there was a striker selected that we won't say wasn't ready, but we know that he was selected for mainly for the future, right? To give him a look, let him be around the team, see how he functions in that environment, all of those things, right? So, with that being said, that's the makeup. There's going to be a striker there based on what we've seen that maybe is there for different reasons other than what you can give me on the pitch in the 90 minutes of the games. The first window was Antonio, who was probably there, in my estimation, as a senior player, a professional voice, a person that is just good to have around the camp because he's a positive figure, jovial, just a good person to have around, professional, right? The second one, with Mikel injured, not being able to call him in a player capacity, even if he had the mindset of having him around just to be around the group and whatnot. So you bring in the youngster this time and you try to kind of let him see how he looks in this environment. Now, the first window, let me just remind you guys, yeah, see, Lamar, that's the thing. We only need 3, but and I let the coach depend. So we have to sometimes face the reality that we don't pick the team. So based on that, we have to look on the parameters where him work off. Tyrese game was televised, FA Cup. Okay, mad. Yo, big up BM. Yo, big up David J. Why can't we sit down and watch a young Jamaican U17 Reggae Boyz? Yo, Marvin Ferran, don't get me started on that, brother. A lack of preparation for that final game should easily be in this damn World Cup watching. I should be doing a watch along right now, talking about the players them and what they do against Burkina Faso or whichever zone we are going on. Curacao Chang not playing this window. He's still injured, even though he's on their selection list. He wasn't even on the bench for Sheffield yesterday, so I can't see Sheffield allowing him to play. Well, we will see, Odell. We shall see. Imavwa, what's today? Wednesday? Why to the hard to justify them releasing him without any appearance. So I have to see weekend if him get any game. But he say him never even met the bench the last game. Man, them work out a deal, man. Say, yo, just make him rest for them 2 games, yeah. Please. Game probably start about 2 to 3 hours. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to make sure I start this early enough for me done for them game. I do the watch along later for Mount Pleasant and Defense Force, you know. Yeah, man, I do it. I'm going to do the first leg, so I have to do the second leg too. Big up E-Rats in our building. Yo, I don't have the drop like BBK Sports, but you don't know. Maybach music. You don't know the thing set E-Rats. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Lamar said we only need 3 forwards. Yo, I'm not lying, Lamar. I agree with this, but I don't think the coach agree with us. based on the squads that he's been picking when the squad are dropped. My guesstimation, because I don't have no definite, it's Friday, and I think the latest it would be Saturday morning. But the last time I could not for the life of me understand why they would want to do a squad drop on a Saturday morning. Like the worst possible time. It would be way better if they do it Friday morning, just for like visibility reasons. Because people do them thing on Saturday morning, brother. Manners and respect eras. One Maybach music. Yeah, man. Invite Antonio, but he shouldn't take up a squad position. Meeks, I said the same thing. Like, why not just have the man around in the capacity where you want him around the team? And him can even train with the team too. But just don't give him a slot in the actual squad. Most times the forwards are not the problem, it's in the middle. That is so true, Lamar Williams. The 4th spot is really for a Jamaica forward who was injured for certain reason. We all know. Sir. Manners and respect. Yeah, man, I'm vexed though. Trust me. So Meeks, run out. Bailey C, Roman Burrell, Trevante would be his trio if he's taking 3 strikers. All right. One of the Bakuna brothers are on a yellow. Yes. All them things they will have to start seeing them, man. Cause I wouldn't mind something like that. Remember, it's a 26, only 23 make match day. So the extra striker is for experience if it's a 17-year-old. Yes, agreed. I said that for the last window, that was it. And for the one before that, I thought that extra spot was for like an experience, you know? Like on the other end of the spectrum, like having the experience or bringing that to the group. Yeah, man, we're gonna watch, man. Cause I don't think we're gonna get the result we want from that game, but we could get something like that, BM. So we get something out of it. One of the brother them where would have caused us some problems or break up the continuity of their team. Cause one thing, Curacao have a good chemistry between them because for the most part, a lot of the relationships been forming for a long time. Yes, they've been sprinkling in here and there a guy who make him first appearance and all them thing there. But a lot of the positions on the field, like the midfield players in particular, they've been playing a few years well now. Bless up Tuffy Rudy. So Corey said Friday. Yeah, I don't hear nothing official because I never really asked nobody like officially when. But I just base it off, how it's been before. Yeah, that's how it's been before. Rob Smith said that spot being saved for scoring goals. Oh, they'll have to laugh. One Gunners. I mean Nitro. Time and place, my brother, but you don't know. Gunners up. Should we bring Leon Bailey and Gray and Hayden, but only play all three for less than 30 minutes the first game and have them ready for the important home game? Tuffy Rudy, I don't know why everybody having a them brain say this home game more important, you know. The importance of the home game, I think both are just as important personally. I know, like without a result in the last game, there's no, there's a chance we won't make it. I get that. But that first game can really set the table for how that game even play, you know? So yeah, I would not count the second game as the, like, you make it, when you say for the important home game, like the away game important too. Yeah, man. 6 points mentality. And that me the pan. Literally a 2 game leave, you know. The man them the man them supposed to go back. I hope this don't happen to them. But brother, if you go back to your club, knackered, I just saw it go. Because this is it, brother. 2 games. 2 games. 2 games. Just play them 2 games properly. And we'll go World Cup. 2 game. Jesus, please. Float. Yeah, I was gonna get there when we got to the wingers, you know. 3 strikers are very easy to select, actually. Shamar, leading World Cup goal scorer. Stewart, most informed. Burrell, most informed since the last window. What do I know though? Well, Rob put him 3, Shamar Nicholson, and then put him reasons behind the names as well. So yeah, that's Rob's thoughts on the matter. What you guys think about that? I'll give my take now, once we start talking about them, So you can go and talk about what you think, because listen, it's a free place, free. YouTube is free. As a matter of fact, the like button free too. So let me see how the likes are move. Eras, how the likes are move, bro? Let me know. Let me know. Share as well, people. Subscribe. I'm not even share on the video, We do the old school word of mouth marketing today. People have just click the video and I make people know so we're live, Yeah, because some few people text me and say, yo, you love EPL more than Reggae Boyz in the youth and Jamaica football, I say no, but if I understand, say mental health is important, So if me there every day I talk about them something and a fight and not even fight, but just a stress about certain things. Boy, man, I want to be a good father and a good husband and a good everything, citizen overall. And when your mental health is there, it's better. You probably can do that better than if it's not. So yes, that's my choice, people. But when it's time, it's time, and it's time today. All right, so big up. Yeah, man, 6 points mentality. When you don't see me online, I'm in Jamaica. No good coverage in my hometown after me. Say, yo, David, sorry for hear that, my brother. Sorry for hear that, bro. Just hear from some family I sent Elizabeth yesterday. So yeah, no, say them at least there, But trust me, people over that side really get it away. Her place not so bad, she said, like compared to like Black River and Santa Cruz and them place there. So yeah, but I'm just glad to them all right. San Roma Preston Bailey is injured again. Yes, I saw the same. Just saw TVJ posted on IG that he picked up an injury in training and endowed to travel to Scotland for Europa game. Yeah, I think he was looking, if you watch the game, the last game when he came on in the 7th minute and he came off at halftime, he never looked like he was fit to me. I mean, he never looked fit, brother. And the coach after the game said after the Milan game, he was complaining about something and him say honestly, when the injury to Evan Ferguson happened early in the game, him really shouldn't push Bailey this. You know, and then him say probably we are try to get him back in due to the circumstance, because everybody I go down injured, and him just say, yo, Bailey go do a thing in the central there. And it never work out, of course. But I mean, I can't even fault Bailey, because to me, from the first minute him get a ball in that game, him never look right, you know? Something never look right. Him couldn't really get past nobody, run, you know? So yeah, it never look right. I see it there. Something I go on. The best second place team is there, a trophy for that. LOL. It's alright, Conrad. And I better rinse out that joke, you know, because I don't know what will happen when we win the league. And I can't use a joke there again. I have to find the next joke. You better win Champions League too. And that may tell Arteta, you better win everything. So the joke them can just stop. Because the one thing a man can have to say, you know, if you want to talk to me about football, you know, is how much Champions League Arsenal have. The only comeback to that is you ever win an invincible season. So it's a stalemate, you know. Now some would have said them now want an invincible. They would have rather win a bag of Champions League. But I mean, everybody win Champions League every season. Somebody win it. But not everybody go invincible every season. You know, them think they are a rare. Them think they're rare, especially in the English Premier League. Yeah, some other countries teams might do it, but I talk about the EPL league. It's a little bit harder to do it there. If we win the home game, we through no matter the result of the other game. That is true, Toughy Rudy. But I'd rather play the game knowing say Curacao know them have to beat we. You know, because that will open them up to what we can do to them. Because Curacao already at face value concedes chances in games. That's something that we have to be honest about. If there's one thing Dick Advocate probably would have tell you about him team, he would have tell you say, I love my team, but I wish we never concede so many chances. I mean, he might not say that publicly, because I wouldn't want to say that, but you know, behind the scenes, when I talk to theme team, and probably I tell them, yo, we need to lessen the amount of times teams get through on us, you know. And sometimes I think it's not, I wouldn't even say it's like a system thing, like he can fix something. Sometimes they just make individual decisions and errors that cause teams to get in on them and get chances. I feel like them are gonna drop cards. Yeah, well, we're gonna see. 26 likes at Eras. All right, not bad, not bad. We could get it up to the 50 likes quick and fast. 51 of you in the building right now. Maximum respect to you, lad, for taking the time out in your days. I know a lot going on right now in Jamaica. The diaspora as well feeling the pain. Not nearly in the way that the Jamaicans on the land are, because obviously they are dealing with it in a much different way. But as I said, the stress level I'm not hearing from family members. Obviously, not everybody that live in the diaspora is able to just pack up and go to Jamaica and go check on people. So yeah, man, it's a mental tax that's going on, you know, all across the board. So listen, the football must go on. You know, I don't think obviously I don't know what would happen if the stadium would have been messed up or something like that. But you know, we still them who represent Jamaica are aspiring to represent Jamaica, still playing football. So I am going to bring it to the people that I know want to hear these things and reason out the football. So no disrespect to any of that stuff. I don't know. We are doing what we can to help out situation, but yeah, the football, a team going to pick and a match going to play. So we have to break it down same way, right? Yeah, man. But the people just go and pray, go and do what you can physically. If you can in person, fly down, go help. Because I know them need actual help on the ground. Monetarily help, send goods, do what you can. Just do something. Because if everybody just do something, I think the people them will actually get enough help, you know. But if everybody just sit down and say, boy, I don't know what we can do and this and that, just do what you can do. Because I know you can do something, you know. If Brown score 1 or 2 tonight, it changes everything, says Toffee Rudy. Well, I'm gonna do the watch along feed people probably 5:30ish before I would again. Because I want to see what going on in the game. Obviously, Mount Pleasant have a big lead, but sometimes they say, boy, a dangerous team is a team with nothing to lose, and I don't think Defense Force have nothing to lose. I'm just gonna try some madness, and yeah, maybe it make them lose 8, even worse than the first leg, or them just go crazy and score a bag of goal. I don't think that the second one will happen still, but we're there to watch it and see. We're there because he definitely will be playing, and he very well might score one or a few. Forgot MPA played today. Can just free up Walker and Maggie. Interesting to see how they fit in. Yeah, look, I don't even know. I don't even know how they fit in because who the man not going to play? I don't know, brother. Maggie. Let's see still. I don't know. Yeah, man, let them know, man. Them are going like them don't know. 3 forward will be Cads, Burrell, and Shamar because they are trying to use mostly schoolboys, and that don't cut it. United States, Panama, Mexico, Canada, not even Cuba doing that. As a matter of fact, every country is scouting for better players. Yeah, Jamaica do them thing, the brother. So depend on a one man over here, so one man over there. So tell them, oh yeah, let this guy see how this guy play. Da, 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 da. And some of them people where I talk to them have ulterior motive. Them want them friend son and this person with them know and that person with them know. And then amongst the people them where do them something there, some of them would have the best interest at heart, but because there's so much others that don't have them best interests, it cloudy up the thing, and yeah, then they lose confidence in the players that they scout because the last set where this man said not good. So it's a big stupid politics game, brother. I hate it. We would be in a group with North Korea, Germany, and Colombia for the World Cup. Okay, that's a base staff for El Salvador group. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Rob Smith said link peso. He said he was good, just no service. Yeah. I think who me did say I talk about that? Oh, unseen. When say unseen say peso alright. So yeah man, that is wonderful that peso alright, We disagree on whole heap of football things, but no them thing they are life. Football is football, life is life. So when I wish nothing like them thing upon nobody, I will peso and him family alright. Every time. Yo, big up yourself, football ideal. I'm telling you from now, Curacao tapping this group. Jano Nitro. So Nitro now have no faith. Curacao tap this one. We need to talk about the defense too, bro. Of course, we're gonna talk about the defense. We're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna talk about everything, bro. One turn, Maggie. All right, so look, the show time I gonna run with. So make us start talk about the thing. So let's get the place. Let's get the place engaged in the arguments. All right, so yeah, man. The whole of Mount Pleasant Academy play yesterday, and 5 them pick up G's and P's. All right. So just to remind you, people, these are the 2 windows, right? These are the 2 windows that we have played so far in this final round of World Cup qualifying. These were the forwards. If you look there, you see Warner Brown, Bailey Cadamartri, Mikel Antonio, and Shamar Nicholson. So that was the first set of forwards. Now remember, people, you keep on naming 3, but I don't know. Like this guy might just because he has a thing against the midfielders in our pool. He only picks the same ones. And I don't know because yes, we have some midfielders out from before, but I just feel like I'm going to put back the same midfielder them we always have put. Ones that maybe weren't in the October that were in the September that dropped out when players came back, they might just come right back in, So I don't know if there's any new ones that he's gonna call. So that's why me just stuck on this 4 forward thing. Not to say I don't agree with everybody, because I do. I don't think we need a 4th forward, in the squad, if we're being honest. Now, this was the second squad. This was the October window. So he went back for Bailey Cadamartri, Shamar Nicholson. Roman Burrell is the player that came in, right? So he was there and not my boy the name Warner Brown, and Seymour Reed came in, and to me that's like the replacement for Antonio, right? So the four slots still there as strikers in the last selection as well. So that's why I'm a keeper and I said the four. All right. I agree though with most of you who commented on that. That three is you don't need more than three. You don't need no more than three. Trust me, you don't need no more than three. Bless up Princeton in the building. Curacao pick 7 midfielders. We need at least 6. Up Peso. Glad you and your family good. You're like a cockroach. Hard to get rid of you. Jaja. Bless up. I think this is Cranky, right? Balance views. Yeah, bless up Cranky. All right, so 2 times 4 forwards. So that's what I believe. Now let's just base it off of the names that we see here. We're just going to go right. We're just going to go right into it. We're just going to go right into it. This is Bailey. And may I do this for a reason, people. I'm going to show you the ones who we've been picking first. Because I don't care what anyone say. When them sit down and talk about the squad, the first people I'm going to talk about is the ones that they've been working with already. Right? So Bailey Kadamarchi. Let's take a look at what his season look like so far. I'm going to show you everything. Cup, everything. I'm going to show everything. I'm going to work. Did you see the men in St. Elizabeth making fun of their neighbor while offering assistance? Jamaicans are the best. Yo, brother, we take serious thing, make joke all the time, brother. You only need Nicholson, Stewart, and Brown, says Nitro. All right, so Nitro picking 3. Burrell, Bailey, and Trevante at the striker position, says Joseph Brown. All right, so let's take a look now, people. So all clubs, let's take it off of this. Boom. So I'll show all competitions as well. Let me share this. I'll share this. All right, so we'll work off a transfer market. Them thing up right now. Me that check it from where they and yeah man, them follow along the thing pretty well. 11.5, yeah. This not available yet, can't not play yet. All right, so this is what he has done this season. In the championship, AFL Cup, him never get no run. So them just are using predominantly in the league, right? And he started out the season pretty much starting all the games. As a matter of fact, let me go to detail because I want to show you when him come on and which games him start and all them something. All right, so he came in this game. So him start the first 4 game. Because I remember, the last time we did a show like this, people, I had said to you guys that the way all the things set right now, we can't just work off a farm alone. We have to have 3 minutes as well because some man not even a play and some man a play. So yeah, in the perfect world, I say, boy, this man are gone 7 goal and this man gone 5 goal and 3. But no, with Jamaica team, you have to get creative because the man them not most of the players them we use, they're not like the man at their teams. They're not. They're just not. Now, the season start out this year with Bailey Kadamachi looking like the man in terms of the striking position. That you can't go around that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, 9 games. All right, the first 9 games of the season, him start 8 of them, and then play over 86 minutes or more in 8 of those 10 games. So, or 8 of those 9 games, sorry. So over that time period, him was really the guy starting first 9 games of the season, right? And interestingly enough, if you look at when his time starting really ended when he went to the September window. It was when he came back on that for that game on the 13th. Was the first time he never started. He came on at halftime, right? Then on the 20th, he picked up a knock at the end of the game after starting and playing 89 minutes. Got through that. I think they might have played. Yeah, after that game, he played 86 minutes. Then he started, played 90 minutes 3 days later. And then on the 4th of October, before going off again to Jamaica, he played 65 minutes. Then again, when he returned from international duty, he had 2 straight games off the bench, right? Then he started the 3rd game and came off the bench on the 1st of November. Now today, my guess is he starts again. But we'll see if he starts 2 games in a row leading into the international break, because they'll have 1 more game on the weekend after this midweek game. So, and that's just minutes. I haven't gone to anything yet. No metrics or goals or nothing. And if you look right there, these are the 2 columns, the goals and assist column right there. I don't know how big this is, but you see where that ball is right there. Yeah, that's goals and assists. So as you can see, just 1 for the season. It was in his 3rd game against Wrexham. And he has not scored since. Now, I'm not going to just look at this level. We have to look at it with a little more numbers, I think, right? So, because we want to make sense of certain things, We want to make sense of everything. We don't want to just, my goal is to just bring you this impartial, make you see it, and then you can, as someone already said, because maybe you do all these analysis already in your own ways, and you come to the conclusions, which is fine. But me need them something I have to really say, all right, boom. Who is really who made the most sense? You have to look on everything. All right, so let's go to, I'm going to look at SOFA score as well, because SOFA score will at least give me some statistics along with just that data of how many minutes were played and all these things. But if you look right now, before I leave this screen, the minutes. So he's played 851 minutes in what? 13 appearances. So 851, 13. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to look on just a little more data on Bailey Cadamartri, then we'll move on to the next set of strikers, right? So what I do is just I look on the raw data, the numbers, and I will do a little deeper check on some other metrics. So this is Bailey Cadamartri for the season so far. 13 appearances, 9 starts, 65 minutes per game. He has 1 goal. You see his XG at 1.82. You really want your striker to be performing at least, I'd say a round up, right? So if him have 1.82, you want him 2 or above at this point. So that lets you know that he would have missed some big chances this season, and you can see there 2 big chances missed. You see the goal conversion, you'd love that to be in the teens. It's at 5% right now. Goals per game, obviously not looking great. Total shots. Now, something else to factor in, I have to be honest about it. Sheffield Wednesday in this championship is not a team that, would be on the front foot in most games. They're going to be feeding off the scraps, the set pieces, the counter attacks. So a lot of, he will have to be, extremely clinical if he's going to score a lot of goals in a Sheffield Wednesday team that I think don't really create much overall as a team, You see the touches at 18 per game. You want a striker at least approaching the 30s, you know, or 30 or more for the game. But, you know, him at 18.2, you know, getting 65 minutes per game, which is a decent amount. You know, that just goes to show how little they see of the ball. This Sheffield Wednesday team on a whole, you know. But yeah, you see the metrics, dribbling, not really giving you much in terms of the dribbles, right? The duels won could be a little bit higher. I'd love to see that closer to 50% on those. But you see the tackles per game, interceptions, ball recoveries, very important, 1.2, one clearance, okay. Did commit a penalty this season. My word, how did he do that? I don't even remember that play. I think was it a handball? Trying to remember. But yeah, Bailey Cadamartri, look, made the last two windows. You see right there for Jamaica, does have the one goal. Scored that against Trinidad in the National Stadium, and played against Bermuda in this game. Had quite a few chances, wasn't able to convert any. Then played the game against Curacao. Really didn't have much to do. I don't remember him touching the ball much in this game. Yeah, 12 touches. So yeah, I don't remember him getting the ball much. Didn't take a shot. When you juxtapose that with the Bermuda game, and I think he had like 6 or 7 shots, just goes to show what a difference the opposition can make. But Bailey C, I think most of the 3s and 4s in terms of strikers are mainly 3s people dropping. I've seen Bailey Cadamartri, I'd say it's about half and half. Like I've seen some of you put him in there, I've seen others not put it in there. But yeah, I don't know, man. I need to look. He has a couple of things on his side. I think the way he plays, I think him and Burrell are pretty similar in terms of them being more of like foxes in the box and you know, kind of opportunistic strikers, let's call them. You know, if you were to make a mistake on the back line, whether it's a miscontrol or a miscommunication, I feel like Cadamartri and Burrell of the entire pool actually would be well, and I guess you'd have to include Warner Brown in that as well too, because he's very opportunistic as a striker. But these players are just going to be busy in and around any kind of mistake, right? I think the thing with Cadamartri is what we need to figure out of him and Burrell, which one of them is actually better at linking up play, and is it a situation where those two can't be in the same squad? Because I feel like you could put both of them in the squad, to be honest. But I feel like a lot of times, from at least from what I'm gathering from people when I ask them these questions, it's a either or with Cadamartri or Burrell. Like I don't see many people putting Burrell in it and then putting Cadamartri as well. And I don't see a lot of people putting not a lot. People have done it, but I feel like it's been a split between those two players for some reason. I don't know why that is. But I feel like they could coexist in a squad because I think Burrell is a little bit different in that I think he might be a little more comfortable in wider areas. I think that Cadamartri is going to give you that kind of width of the 18-yard box type of style. At least that's what he's most comfortable with from what I've seen. So yeah, that's why I feel like they could coexist, because I think even though they're both decent channel runners, I do think that Burrell gives you that option of really having that fluidity up front, like, you know, going out wide and staying out there for a few rotations of the football and then kind of coming back in. Whereas I think Cadamartri, you know, would have to kind of get back into position for him to be effective, you know. I think that's why I don't think those two players are the same. So here's one. So Joseph Brown is one that did put both of them, you know. But the others you could see there's a split there. Burrell plays as demanded, he gets called, while Boza has not, in my opinion. Boza living off his Jamaican farm. Yeah. You see, we need the overseas players, people help, no matter what the locals fight it. You know, one brown man they must select, and the artificial bleaching brown man they're gonna overlook. I'm confused. So I still wanna play in Curacao and Trinidad or Jamaica. What form should we depend on though? Okay, okay, okay. Just remember, Jason, there are players whose club form does not translate to the national team. So the reverse is also true. Yeah. And that's why the form versus familiarity thing, that's why it's even a title on here, because that ends up being the convo, Peter Mystic. Like, what what do you place heavier value on, right? What do you place heavier value on? It's very tough for someone to answer that question and then for them to then say, my way is the proper, perfect way. Because you can have arguments either way. Meaning, not because a player is not performing for his club does not mean he does not perform well for the national team. You have to look at his performance for the national team. That is true. That is true. I kind of wish that Boza had just played the Curacao game as well, because I I just feel like, ooh, he's getting because he didn't really look good to me in the I know McLaren said it, but I don't think he was that good when he came on against Curacao. I think Curacao was just in a situation in that part of the game where they were just like, all right, we just need to see out the game. They were letting us come on to them at that point. So yeah, the attacking players were gonna look better in that stretch of the game. Where it mattered most would have been like how the game started out. Would Shamar be able to hold up the ball, draw some fouls for us? Stem the tide of the momentum when Curacao had their spells in the game. That's the questions that I would love to have answered. Because to be honest, everybody has looked good against Bermuda. Kadamarchi looked good against Bermuda, even though he missed the goals. He didn't score, but he looked good, right? Shamar Nicholson, the difference with his performance in Jamaica that you have to give him credit for is that he was able to score. He actually scored a goal, so there's that. And I think that whenever people have this argument, they turn to the goals that they have scored and they say, well, this man score, and this man never score. Well, the person that wants to have a retort to that will tell you, well, the team that Shamar scored the 2 goals against, we're not playing them in this window, and one of the teams that we played against, Bailey Cadamartri scored against them. So there's you can, if you're smart enough, you can make your argument on your side well enough to have a point at least. Which national team select like that? All the national I follow select based on club form. Cape Verde coach in the last window say he brought in new players because they're playing at club. Yeah, we no coach is dropping a player playing well for him because he's not playing well somewhere else. That would be madness. Remember Maguire on United bench, but starting for England. Bailey a good baller, man. For a bigger guy, Cad's aerial duels is terrible. Yeah, he's not. I mean, how tall is he actually though? Is he that tall? Yeah, he's like 6 foot. Yeah, basically 6 foot. So I mean, he's not like a giant. I mean, he ain't short, but he's not like tall. I wouldn't say he's tall, but yeah, his aerial duels ain't that good. But like, look, I mean, you can tell that he will be a good player. Um, but I think he's still really raw. I mean, just he is still really raw. Now, is he still being really raw enough to not have him in the squad? That's the debate, because he's really raw, could still be better than the people that he's going up against for the position. But that's the convo that needs to be had. And that's what the coaches need to analyze and figure out. You hear what England under 21 team said why he dropped Hutchinson? Lack of game time at his club. Maguire was brought in for locker room experience. Isn't that what Tuchel said at press? Hmm. No, Hutchinson did really well at the Euro U21. They just won. So yeah, I mean he did his thing at that, right? Didn't he? Wasn't he on that team? Even in the Bermuda match, both have started to fade after still not fit. 21 goals and leading in World Cup qualification. Let's stop having this conversation, please. I think it's silly. Yeah, I mean, look, Boza has scored the goals because he's gotten the opportunities. He played against Dominica in the down rep. He played against Bermuda twice. He played at did he play in the first Bermuda game? Yeah, he came on. That's why he scored. Um, and he's played against Curacao. And did he get any game in the Trinidad game? I don't think he did. Did he? Maybe he did. I don't remember. Bless up, Pastor. Hope all is well with you and your family. Hope any ties you have in Jamaica currently safe and sound somewhat. I know they're probably not all good, but from them have life, that is good. Bro, you know better if you're sitting on the bench at your club and I have other options as a player who's scoring and playing better, that person needs to get selected. Bless up JG. As a reporter asked Jude if he's expecting to be back in England squad. Jano. Yeah, because, well, I was, yeah. I mean, look, based on the reasons what Tuchel give last time, him say, boy, if kind of lean on the chemistry thing, him say him did like how the camp thing did stay and him like chemistry, I break it up. And him also did add on, Jude never start no game yet, never played a 90 minutes yet. Well, Jude did that now, him a start, him a played him, but majority of the minutes in the game them. So yeah, he can't really go back to that again. So if him go back to the whole chemistry thing again, then I think he might open up a can of worms where I don't know if he want to open it up because then they're gonna say, boy, Jude must have an issue with somebody in the camp or some players in the camp or the coach himself or something. So yeah, I think him back in the squad this time. If a man bagging goals for me, I'm not dropping him. I don't care. In the first window, Cats was Jamaica's best player, so Irie vibes. How does Trevante, Demi, and Bailey gets back in the squad? Who gets dropped? Yep, that's why we're having this convo. That's why we're having this convo right now. Well, Bailey might not have to worry about again ball pre because it looked like him have a reoccurrence of the injury. Entire team played against those boys or those guys. Bailey C. Burrell Press better than all our other options not named Antonio. These two are a must, and Trevante deserves it as he on super form as Brown just came back from injury. Selection has to be ruthless now going forward. Ball pre to be interesting Friday morning. Yep, Jude getting selected. I agree. I think so too, Odell. Hutchinson's situation is interesting. Forrest paid close to 40 mil for him, but he hardly plays. It confuses me why our active leading goal scorer selection have to be justified. Does Jamaica play in CONCACAF when Boza plays, but switch to Europe when others play? Yeah. Check up on Roma. Just go to X and just type in like any Roma fan channel or anything like that, and it will tell you say something are going on with him. I don't think him travel to Scotland at all. All right, so the next forward we're gonna talk about. Cause I remember, I work with what get picking. So in the first window, we had Bailey C and my boy the name. Wait, which window this? Okay, this is for October. All right, let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back to the September one, people. Come on, make sure. Smash up the like button, people. All right, so Another player that was in both windows. Cause we work off who been around the team the most. We'll start with those players. So Shamar Nicholson, people. Shamar Nicholson still at Club Tijuana at the moment, but we saw multiple reports that his time could be coming to an end. At the end of the day, what am I playing now? The Apertura. Yeah, the time could be coming to an end for him over there. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Apertura right now. And what has he been doing this season so far? Well, we're going to show you guys, in case you're not familiar. Most of you guys that watch this channel keep up with these things, but it's good in real time to show it while you're talking. So people can't say I bring no foolishness, you know? Which I don't think at this stage anybody think I would be bringing foolishness, but still, I have some people out there that might think different. So, yeah. All right. So look, so the man he make 5 sub appearance. Him start 4 game out of the 9 that him play. He's been in the squad 13 times out of the 16 that them play. And yeah, look, he started out the season, started a game, bench the next game, started the next 2, bench after missing out 2 games, just sitting on the bench, not getting a game. Get 15 minutes here, wasn't in the squad for this game. This was after the international break. Then he got 7 minutes, 25 minutes, started this game and came off at halftime against Cruz Azul. Then next 2 games on the bench, no game. Then get 28 minutes against Toluca. And then he wasn't in the squad against Tigres. And this game right here, I think he was just on the bench and never play. I think. I have to double check that. Because they missed that game. So yeah, Shamar Nicholson, but he has 1 goal on the season, no assist for him. Like I said, 357 minutes for him so far. Let's see, season stats for him. Okay, I have this over here. So let me show you guys over here. So let's give you a little more details, some stats behind the overall numbers. So let me show you this. All right, so Shamar, you see the heat map for the season. You see 366 minutes, 41 minutes per game. 1 goal so far. Scoring frequency, that's a goal about every 4 games. It's 360 minutes. 2 big chance miss. Slightly better goal conversion than Kadamartri at 8%. Let's take a look at the other metrics. Duels won, 56%. That's not bad. Ground duels 42. Dribbles 43%. Ball recovery 0.9. So almost won a game. Tackle. So Shamar Nicholson. Look, I think when you're talking about him, I guess what you would use to justify his selection is what you've seen Rob Smith saying in the comment section, which is, you can't not look at the fact that of all the strikers in the pool, Shamar would be the one with the most international goals, and that would be the argument. Now, I think to accumulate statistics like Shamar has for Jamaica, it has been over a period of time, right? So we're talking over 60 international appearances for Shamar. So at what point do we base it, does that basically mean that there's a spot sealed for Shamar in any squad moving forward until he retires, because he's second on the list right now in overall goals? I think he's second, or maybe not quite yet, because Tapa probably have a few more than 21, I think. But yeah, I'm not certain if he's second, but either way, in this pool of players, he has the most. So is that enough to put him in the squads? I mean, just from now until ever, as long as he's playing football still at a decent level, because that's kind of what that when you use that as your reason as to why we shouldn't even have a convo that he can't be selected, then you're basically saying at no point will he. Now, I guess, if just playing devil's advocate to my own self, right? You might say to me, but not only is it that not only is it that he scored the most, but if you look at like most recently, right? So in most recent times, this is Shamar for Jamaica. So let's just say, all right, let's do it from when Halgrimson took over. Embo Halgrimson, from when McLaren took over. So Cuba, right? So he played the first game against Cuba, get 32 minutes off the bench, and then play 6 minutes. Then he never get called for the Nicaragua-Honduras window. And he came back for the Nations League finals, or well, quarterfinals. He started both games, right? 1-0 and 4-2 loss, 77 minutes, 60 minutes. Friendlies, he wouldn't have been able to go. And then Gold Cup qualification against St. Vincent, him start, play 80 minutes. Didn't start, and this was the birth of Warner Brown for Jamaica right here. It's 3-0 St. Vincent win. Then quite a few windows not around. I remember for this one they were saying it was fitness, British Virgin Islands and Guatemala, and also the Gold Cup. It was all about him just starting out his season and blah 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 blah. Then we get back to World Cup qualification now, and all of a sudden, I just showed you his season, right? His season was nothing. He didn't do anything so far in the season at Tijuana. But I remember at the time of him being selected, then he was saying he felt that he was getting enough game time, which is true. He was playing, and he felt like he was up to much better sharpness. And he did repay the coach. He scored twice in the 4 games so far, and the first 3 games he never even start. Him get 1 goal. Then the 1 game him start and play the full game. Basically, him get another goal. So, would it be feasible to drop Bosa based on what you know of his club season so far? Playing 40 minutes per game, not straight up, not even making benches sometimes, just not in the squad at all. But then you look at this and you say, okay, he has played the last 2 windows so far in the qualifying final round, and him scored 2 goals. He scored 1 goal in a 4-0 away win to Bermuda and 1 goal in a home 4-0 to Bermuda. But I don't know, man. For me, still not certain, brother. I swear. I mean, I know a lot of the Jamaican fans wouldn't understand it, because at face value, they just saw a match get played and they saw Shamar score. So, Bailey solved for real. So everyone I move like Bailey won't be that badly missed. No, well, I think, listen, Chorus, because we have seen the last few windows without him, and we have seen, extended periods of time without him. And there is a set of the fans that believe that you're going to get a harder working player to play where Bailey would have played, and it might make the team function better. Now, some people just think that is madness, right? But I don't think that that's a completely invalid point, because I've seen players come play for Jamaica, and if you ask me, their poor performance is a direct byproduct of us not having anybody helping out on that side when it comes down to defensively. So, it just depends on how you're viewing it, what lens you're viewing it through. Bailey made out a glass, yeah, a true low. It confirmed, but it been confirmed. People want to see the Great Whisper at any cost. I forgot we don't like attackers who score goals. We like attackers for their defensive attributes. We want the strikers who press the best and the wingers drop back the best. I just want a balance between. You make some bias posts last week still, but bless up, Jaja. What kind of bias post back prevent though? Jaja. So that's the one. That's the third. So that's third. 1-3 name. Oh, so that's one. Name three better. Okay. I don't know if you're talking to me here. One of the reasons Nuno got sacked is because he didn't want Omari. Cha. So Omari caused him and then forget, well, can't say it's him caused it, but still, we need Trevante ASAP. When we do qualify for the World Cup, how we're going to pick the team that's the biggest level? If his conversion stays at 1 out of 3, yes. Exactly. So let's extrapolate it, So if their finishing attributes are about the same, wouldn't you want to see which one of them better in all the other aspects of the game? The coach says it's either Boza and Trevante Boza or Trevante. So I guess Brown in the mix for that spot. Where's the Boza's credit in the bank? Yeah, I mean, look, that is what he would have to get picked based off of, because okay, neither one of them really lighting it up in terms of numbers when you're talking about Kadamatri and Shamar. That's the first two we looked at so far. So the tiebreaker then would have to be a few things. Who play more? So those raw numbers of minutes and time on the pitch playing. Kadamatri have him about almost double, more than double in amount of minutes, right? And I guess you could say, well, that even gives a notch for Shamar then, because the two of them, him play about half the minutes, or a little less than half the minutes in play, and him score the same amount of goal as him. Them both score one, right? But then you could have said, well, the brother who's sharper have to be the one that playing more week in, week out. So there's that as well. All right, so we look on Shamar numbers, we look on Bailey Kadamatri numbers. So the other player that at least was in one of the two squads, and for me is the one that, along with Trevante Stewart, is making the most noise going into this window as a striker, and that is Romain Borrell. So we just show you two strikers a while ago. That gone one goal since the season start. And here's a striker about to show you now that gone 3 goals from the last international window. So that's supposed to show you. And this is where the form versus familiarity thing kind of interject now, because here is a player that made the last squad, didn't get no game time, right? Was just there training, and the coach opted to play Shamar, and I think Bailey Calamatri came on in the Curacao. No, he started the Curacao game and came off. And then in the second game, did Bailey Calamatri even play? I don't think he played. I don't think Bailey came on in the second game, did he? Yeah, Nicholson never even came off. He just played the whole game. Yeah, so Romain Borrell, though. Romain Borrell This is his season so far. And by the way, 4 games, one goal for Jamaica so far for Roman Burrell. But this is his season. 13 appearances, 4 goals and 1 assist, so 5 contribution. A goal every 204 minutes. So the frequency, not bad. A goal a little more than 1 goal every 2 games so far. And if you base, if you look at his runner form from week 10 onwards, it suggests that perhaps that goal contribution or that goals per how many minutes per goal, that's going to keep improving if he continues to play how he's been playing in terms of finishing chances and getting more chances. Started out the season, made his move over and started out on the bench but came on. Then he started the next 2 games and he came off the bench, started again, came off the bench, started again. So he's been in and out of the starting lineup, but looks to be much more in the side of the starters than not. You see, he started, of his 13 appearances, he made 8 starts. So not bad. Made 8 starts. And Roman Burrell, we're going to look at the overall numbers too, because we don't want to just talk about the big numbers, the goals and assists. We want to look at everything. So Roman Burrell, you see the heat map, I mentioned earlier how he's a little more comfortable drifting. I can see that right side, heavy touches there on that right side especially, but also along the left flank as well. So a little more versatile and fluid as a forward. I think he can play anywhere across the front, honestly. But yeah, he's best centrally and being able to run those inside left, inside right channels from that central position. But 4 goals, 1 assist for him. You see the expected goals a little closer to where the actual goals are, which we like to see. As I said earlier, if a person is at 4.4 odd, 4.5 odd, I'd love to see them get to that 5. So yeah, 1 more goal, he could potentially be beating his XG, because he might get a 0.2 chance and finish it. So he still would be below and him gone 5 goal. Every 204 minutes, him score a goal. Create 1 big chance. Him have almost 1 key pass a game. I think that's a part of his game that I underestimated, I would say, because I did watch the game when him and Isaac did play. When Isaac actually got him an assist, that game in particular, I was like, I don't see him playing the type of passes I was seeing him play in that game for QPR, like some searching passes. Some of them never come off, yes, but I just never even think he would try some of the passes I see him trying. Because I think when he played for Jamaica, he really was playing very, to me, he was playing extremely simple. Nothing wrong with that. But, it made me think that he couldn't do certain things that I think he can do. But this to me is what trumps everything. Like if we're going to move into the 21st century, people, honestly, if we're going to move into the 21st century as a football nation, we have to at least not dismiss some of them data. Yeah. Look at the goal conversion of this man. 29%. But just did I ask if the last couple we look on, I was begging for the teens. This man is at 29%. So I'm telling you, you have to look at all of these things. Look at the duels, the key passes. All right. Where did everything go? Okay. Duels 1. So the duels, that is where you have to look at it. Not the best at the ground duels, not the best in the aerial duels. The physicality, is that something that worries you with Burrell? The physicality. Because he's strong, But you see in the champ, his duels aren't the best. but he's the highest ball recovery. So pressing, serious. So Roman Burrell definitely the most informed, as you can see on the left hand side right here. After the gameless window, no game, no minutes, no nothing for him. The man go back and say, hey, one pound Millwall, one pound Swansea, and one against Ipswich, and you know mind sharp. Later on today, you know what QPR, they will play Southampton today. Yeah, man. Cameron Archer side versus Burrell and Hayden. So I could see what I go on. I could see what I go on. But yeah, Roman Burrell people, the most informed. I think well, arguably the most informed. Because some will say that um another player might be more informed than him, which is understandable to say as well. But the next player, people, is a player that might not have made the September or the October. Made the September but couldn't play. I think he was injured still. So he picked up a knock in playing for Mount Pleasant. But Warner Brown is a player that the coach always talking about in the press conferences and whatnot. So you'd have to be a madman to not even consider him being selected. I know a lot of people don't think it's possible because for obvious reasons, like him not really get a chance to play. Obviously, JPL not playing right now. The only thing he's really been able to play is the Caribbean Cup. He did play a few JPL matches, but had a decent time frame injury that has kept him out for a little while. And yeah, first time he played in the Caribbean Cup, he got a red card very early in the game, so hasn't really been able to get going fully. And I think for those reasons, it's going to be tough for him to actually get into this team. So, but yeah, you see in the Caribbean Cup, he had basically a full game in the first leg of the semi, but that short time frame with the red card in the first game. But he does have one goal. Of course, when it's CONCACAF Caribbean Cup, them not getting a rating, so them not show you nothing. But Warner Brown, I don't know, people. I think to Rob is so. I mean, if Rob was gonna be consistent, I would think that Rob would say it's gotta be Warner Brown, Boza, and I don't even know who his third would be. Because to me, Warner Brown, Warner Brown is just an opportunistic striker, but I don't know. Yeah, so him play two, play one off the bench. I think this is right. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is right. But this is where, similar to Boza, I think this is where people would lean their support for Warner Brown. They would base it off of his international performance. And this is what his international performance looked like so far. So the two games against Trinidad in the friendlies. Then he played the Gold Cup qualifying. Was on the bench for the first leg, didn't get a game in St. Vincent, but came back with the Binance. Played 81 minutes scoring in that game. First goal for Jamaica. Played the Unity Cup just for 7 minutes. Wasn't in the first part of the squad, got injured in, I think, the playoffs of the JPL, I want to say. And didn't fully recover until the second game, which I don't even think he was fully recovered yet. But with the Gold Cup coming up and all those things, I think that they said, listen, just push yourself, young man. Get through these games. And he repaid the coach because they had to face British Virgin Islands and Guatemala in World Cup qualifying. It was the last two games of the previous round. And after a 1-0 win in BVI, and he was the only goal scorer, playing 56 minutes, starting, and then started again versus Guatemala, scoring 2 goals, playing 77 minutes. So I think these basically, this whole time frame is what basically gave him the rights to be in the conversation, right? Because he played 2 games, you could say, boy, it's British Virgin Islands, but then you can't really say it was Guatemala, even though contextually we know that whole heap of change did make. Him still scored a goal. So we're not going to take nothing from the goal when him score. The man scored them, and that is it. He scored them. Didn't score in the Gold Cup. I think that might have hurt him a little bit. But, Jamaica didn't play nothing in the Gold Cup. So I don't think it could have been anybody up there who probably would not have them score either. But yeah, you see, he has a goal every 44 minutes in World Cup qualification. That's mad. But yeah, Warner Brown, I'll be doing the watch along later, people, so I can forward and see what I go on. But Warner Brown for me, just on the outside, because I always say just on the outside. I will just say it's on the outside because even though he has 4 from 9, I don't know. His first 4, I think his first 4 came in his first 6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. His first 4 came in his first 6. And the last 3 he have 1 assist. So, and he has not been on the pitch in the final round of the World Cup qualifying just yet. So let's see. That's Warner Brown, people. That's another one that was in and around the last 2 windows. So Mikel Antonio, no, not go on for him. So not to do no research on that. Did Bailey, did Shamar. What am I missing out that was picked? Anybody? I don't think so. I don't think I'm missing anyone, but let me just do a double. Why that one thing on not post enough, brother? Seymour Reed, Shamar Nicholson, Burrell, Bailey. All right, so look, just because him they get picked, I'm not gonna disrespect him. Seymour, I don't think you're in the running to get picked this time around, but I mean, I guess you're in the running, but I just don't think you'll get picked this time around, Seymour. But yeah, Seymour Reed basically place of birth, Kingston youth. A man says Seymour Reed flopping at the U17, and play 4 goals over there and score 3 goals, A man saying flop. What a wicked. What a wicked. So you see the overall stats there. 13 goals and 1 assist in MLS Next Pro in 15. 9 MLS appearance for 74 minutes and barely get a 1-1-1 minute, but him scoring on one of them though. That's nice. Yo, I swear say, Jano. That's crazy. Seymour Reed was on the bench the other night for the playoffs. And him get a 1 minute in the first leg. Come off of the bench late. in a 1-0 victory. But then them lose on penalty. So them have to go game 3 now. And it look like a Charlotte again to But yeah, MLS Next Pro early in the season, man, I score a bag of goal. Seymour Reed youth. Yeah, I don't think Seymour will be getting the nod though, people. All right, so person on the title today, because I believe that this player, I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of secret him have for everybody over there. But listen, man, full time, don't base nothing off some long time discipline or whatever. Like, come on, man. Anyway, Trevante Stewart. And the reason why I bring up discipline people because that's the only thing me see could have hold back the people them from call this brother. Don't make any sense to me right now that this man not hasn't been called yet. Remember he's over in the Israeli league, but he play a lot of different competitions. So let's look at everything. So him have the qualifiers at the UCL, him score one in. So him got 7 goals overall, 6 in the league and 1 in the the conference league qualifiers, sorry. And he started off on fire. And this was right prior to the first window, scoring the first game. And after that window now, them go back, him score in the first 2 games before the October window. Never score again till the team called. And after this window now, him got a goal and a brace in the last 2. So look, what we have to look onto, what kind of level what kind of level is the Israeli Premier League, right? That's something you need to check. So let's see. So the championship rank 6 on the global football rankings now. My gosh. All right, so championship them say 6. Let's see if we can find the Israeli league. This? Or, that's Greece. So the Israeli league, them have it at 42. And they have League One at 41. My word. Anyway, so Trevante, 6 goals in 9 in the league, 1 goal in 4 in the UCL in the Conference League qualifiers. But this is the season so far. I'm gonna pick up the pace right at the right time, right before the squad selected. Let me see. When you look at Trevante as well, should be able to pull up some more statistics of what's going on with him. So Trevante Stewart. And play 1 game at right wing and 1 game at attacking midfield too. Wow. All right, let me show you guys the a little more detailed version of the stats right there. So all right, so I have the heat map. So you see him predominantly in and around the box area with some splatterings on the wings. Right, 9 appearance, 7 started. Look on the minutes per game, people. What? One team of the week. See the total minutes played. 6 goals, a goal every 103 minutes. So that is what Borrell territory right there. No, it's not Borrell. Who was it? I don't remember. Who just said that about? Warner Brown? I think it was Warner Brown. Smaller sample size though. Total shot 3. Okay, one big chance created. 23 touches basically. Conversion over 20%. That's what we want to see. The man missed 5 big chance, people. So that 6 could have been more, but him still have a good goal conversion rate at 21%. You see the distribution of goals, 1 with the left, 3 with the right, 2 with the head. All right, let's look at these metrics now. Ball recoveries. This is something that I think most people, when they think of Trevante Stewart, they're still picturing the player that came on in the Canada game. And I'm telling you, like, this guy is not the same player. The ball recoveries are 1.3. Lovely stat that is. Tell you, I'm actually putting some work off the ball. The dribbling also is something that has improved immensely. You see his successful dribbles, 67%. He's figured out how to use that power with the skill as well. I think he's just overall a better player, more technical, and understand the game a lot more and a lot better. Understands how to press as a forward a lot better now. So yeah, he's to me somebody that we could have been using from September, to be honest. But even if you don't want to see how September go first, the fact that he wasn't in the October window was crazy. But I think a part of the reason for that is we are reluctant to make any kind of change because we have players who have scored for us before. So let's just stay with those people. And regardless of this guy's form, he just hasn't been around, so we can't really take out the man who's been around. So is it a been around thing and boy, I feel comfortable thing, or let's base it off of something other than just I'm a baller that, or look how long if it's not about the football, then I don't think we should do it. You know what I mean? I'm not dropping him. When his club form start leaking into his national league squad, he can be dropped. As long as he's at 1 out of 3, I'm not. Okay, cool. Jamaica can't win the World Cup. Let the player who fight to reach go to the World Cup. Blackout. That is literally the sentiment, Man, them say, yo, no matter who we were to recruit, we ain't winning the World Cup. So what's the point? Yeah, the point is to go further. Nobody never think Morocco would have reached the semifinals. Like nobody. Everybody was knocking them out. Before every game, every preview when we did the World Cup, everybody had knock out Morocco and the man them win. So who's to say? They could have not, try get Hakim if you play and all these guys for play. They could have just say, yo, we're not gonna win the World Cup regardless. So we could just boom. Man, them nearly win the World Cup at that. We're 2 wins away. Think the striker decision come down to personal preference, yeah. And that's what makes it so tough because some man personally I go agree and some man I go say, yo, this man is a madman. We kind of post them there. Oh, the man put. Oh, I'm try to figure out what I'm talking about. Can't start an all-attacking team with attackers who don't press or track back will be overwhelmed. That is true. Younger Bailey is a must. 2 Bailey. Jason, you remember the last press conference when they asked him about Trevante and he said it was close to pick and they choose Boza. So that means it's one or the other. Yeah, and Odell me not agree with that. If you think the 2 of them deserve it, don't tell me say you never pick the other one because this man was in it. That's stupid to me. And furthermore, I don't really think that Trevante Stewart play like Boza. Like I mean, they're just both kind of tall, but him not really play like how Bowser play. He don't play like that. Bowser don't really play like how Trevante Stewart play to me. Say it with me, people. Two Bailey. Only reason anyone picking Cads over Bowser is you just feel Cads is a better player. He's doing nothing at club to say he's a must pick. No, I agree, Rob Smith. I don't think that Cads is a must pick. Because we can't turn around and have the argument that this man now play at Tijuana and him now score. And as me say, Cads have one upper hand as far as club go with Bowser. And that is, well, more than one. Him have like probably him have one real upper hand, and that is him have way more minutes. Like him play double the amount of time as Trevante Stewart, but he's they have the same amount of goals. So it's kind of a catch-22 argument. Borrell and Trevante should be there, but as you said, Borrell didn't even get a minute last time out, and Trevante didn't even make the squad. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, form versus familiarity. I mean, we'll have to figure out, and I guess honestly, what this squad will show us is which one of those things him value more. Does he might value the familiarity over the form? He might just very well do that. Yeah, he didn't play a yard. He didn't play versus Bermuda. Yeah, Bailey should be replaced by a wide player, not a striker. Or talking about Leon Bailey, I think, or Bailey Cadamartri you're talking about. They will camp out before the World Cup. So all the players are going to be sharp for the World Cup. Shamar deserves to be at the World Cup. Oh, as an extra 9. Personal preference. Okay. I see why you say what you say about Bailey now, because this by ball pre. Okay. The coach said in the presser that he rotated Cadamartri and Nicholson. So he'll probably do the same thing again this window. It's possible. It's possible. It would be interesting if he does the same, like, because last time his rotation was Cadamartri away from home and Nicholson home. I wonder if he'll stick with that formula. He should be in the team and play. I have no problem with Bowser, but Cads is not informed because of the coach rotating players at the club. Forwards have to start every game to be in form, and lots of team want Cads. Burrell should be in based on his form since the last window. Yeah, I don't know. It would be very difficult. And I think, and one thing I wonder, is Burrell's form a bad thing for Trevante? Because Steve McLaren might fall with a thing like, I never really wanted to pick 3 brand new forwards from that weren't in, I don't know. But Burrell can be considered a new forward. So maybe Burrell being hot. But then, will you drop Bowser? And okay, so if the coach see it as a Bowser or a Trevante thing, Burrell playing great hurt him. If Cadamartri was pulling up trees too, then I think Trevante would really have to fret. But for me, Trevante, Burrell, Trevante, Burrell. The coach is picking Bowser, bro. And I don't even think he's gonna pick Trevante. But if it was me, may I pick Trevante, Burrell, and Bailey Cadamartri. Yeah, that's what I'm picking. I'm sorry. Who vex one vex? But that would be my 3. Trevante Stewart, Roman Burrell, Bailey Cadamartri. I think that of the strikers that we were picking before, I've been more impressed with the one goal Not two like Bowser, but the one goal and the performance I saw out of Bailey Cadamartry. I think if the wingers do what they're supposed to do and the supply chain or the supply lines are decent, I think the young man would score more, would have scored more already. Bermuda, that game not scoring was on him. I thought he had the chances that he could have put some away. But the other games, I think some better decisions from White made him get some more chance to score and just never get them. That's an excuse. He's had a long stretch of games. He's just not doing it right now. Oh, okay. Cadamartry is an excuse. Burrell should be our striker. Wouldn't be a bad thing. May want to cash in on Kada as they'll be going down. Yeah, they'll have to. The players haven't got paid in weeks. They don't even want to play, and they're rotating everyone. The situation sad to be playing there now. Yeah, I don't even know if them can make move in January, so them can leave. We'll watch Roman tonight if Bailey don't start for Sheffield Wednesday. Lineups for that game hasn't posted yet. Hopefully both Burrell and Hayden start. Yeah, I might not still be on by the time the lineups post, but I might be. So we'll see. Bless up stats. Hope all is well. What going on in that Chelsea game? Not even turn on the game star. Just then I reasoning. Every time I do this, I want to go through entire team and the reasoning just can't done. So I just forward alone. Yeah, 20 minutes. Brown have a smaller sample size. Yeah, Shamar scoring 1 in every 3 over 60. That's true. Doesn't have the level of quality required at this moment in time, says Meeks. Just maybe if Brown scores tonight, could make a shot. Boy, I don't know. We don't really need 4 out and out. I agree. I think we need 3. We're only using 1, so might as well bring the extra winger. Agree. Extra winger, extra midfielder. And I always bring 10 winger. Let's bring more midfielder, brother. The question is, I have for the Warner detractors is it the level he's playing at, or do you see something in his game you don't like? Yeah, for me, Warner Brown just doesn't have good enough ball control, first touch, speed of thinking, speed of thought. Everything looks very labored. When he's pressing, you can tell he's energetic, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. He must run up and down. So yeah, those are the things I would say lead me to say, boy, you don't need to get the selection, Because I just feel like the better opposition that we're going to face, or these two teams we're going to face, are better than the games that I've seen him have like a real effect on the game. Not even, I wouldn't even say the Guatemala game where he scored the 2 goals, because those 2 goals, one was a penalty save, let him rebound, and one was a corner, right, where he just ran to the near post. So like I wouldn't say he was like so influential in that game, but he was really good in the St. Vincent game that he scored in, and he was good in what other game was it? I'm not remembering right now, but there were of the 9 games he played, there were like probably 2 to 3 of them I would say, yeah man, he played good. And then the other ones, look, he just ran around like he's energetic. He does a lot of running. That's mainly what he does, But with the football, he's not doing much, in my eyes. Maybe I'm wrong. Can you tell me the teams Warner Brown scored on for Jamaica? Very interested to hear the quality teams. Yeah, so Warner Brown scored for Jamaica against let me tell you. Warner Brown scored for Jamaica against Guatemala twice, and that was that game in the World Cup qualifiers. British Virgin Island once and St. Vincent once. So you have 2 goals against Guatemala, 1 against St. Vincent, and 1 against what would I say? Bermuda? I don't know Bermuda though. What would I say? British Virgin Islands. That's who. I agree. Somebody gonna upset. If they afford to buy him for 1.5, it's not Bush League. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Israel is not Bush League. The league is very decent. I agree. I watched some games since he's been there. Cause I watched both him and East play a game. And yeah, man, the league, nothing wrong with the league. I don't think the championship is better than Portugal. Yeah, that to me is weird because this global football rankings thing, which is not the end all be all, but it's a reputable one. They have championship 6 right now, Belgian Pro League 7th, and then Portugal 8th. Brazilian Serie A 9, MLS 10, Eredivisie 11. I think Poland 12, Argentina League 13, Denmark 14, J League in Japan 15, Sweden 16, Croatia 17, Turkey Super League dropped to 18, Liga MX dropped to 19, then Segunda Liga is 20. Austria Bundesliga 21, Swiss Super League 22, Russian Premier League 23, CFAS, Norway 24, and then where's this first division? Oh, Cyprus. Oh, so Cyprus League a move, top 25. They're ahead of Scottish Premiership, among others. Yeah, that's why I'm try for I know some of them use that, but this particular one I like because it don't really them base it off of like cumulative scores of each team in the league. So it don't have nothing to do with like TV and broadcasting and blah blah blah. Them just come up with a rating scale from 0 to 100. So it kind of, I mean, look, it's arbitrary, but it at least me know them like went through some kind of ranking system to get there. And they don't use commercial and broadcast and TV and attendance. They don't use none of them things. That's why I like that one. Yeah. So I know a lot of them do that though, where viewership and all these things are factored in. Good league compared to Ravel Corner League. 6 by some and 8 by some. Yeah, it's usually fluctuating between 6 and 9 from what I've seen, championship. Yeah, but I agree. I don't think it's better than Portugal either. So there are no standard. Why me I waste my time? I look on all them numbers and metrics for if there's no damn standard. All right, so ball pre-run out with a squad people. So make him know when you think about the man's squad. So the man said Blake, Waite and Chambers, Lemby, Keys and Frey, Pinnock and King, Holgate and Lowe, Lee and Henry. I'm assuming that's Rico Henry. Midfield, Isaac Hayden, Bobby Reed, Karai Anderson, Ravel Morrison, Tyrese Hall, and Jonathan Russell. Forwards, Damari Gray, Tyrese Campbell, Ronaldo Cephas, Dixon, and Richard. So I'm going with 5 winger. And probably must say Damari Gray can play attacking midfield. So that's not really 5 winger, I guess. But yeah, it's 5 wingers there. And then Stewart, Karamatri, Burrell, and Boza. So much people at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then 9, 26. Okay, so that's 26. All right, so may I make a choice between Cads and Boza. That's the first thing may I do. And then that pick the way may I save, may I drop a next midfielder in there. Whether it be Kevin Lambert, because guess what? Me no want to play free in the stadium again. Let him invert from right back if you want him play there at any point, but let's not put him there to stay the whole game. Leave him in position he's been playing. As a matter of fact, I would argue right now that Fraser must start in right back, to be honest, because I'm just more in match sharpness and fitness than Lemby Kisa is. Because Lemby Kisa will give you a good 30-45 minutes, but he gets tired because he's not playing enough games. Gray, Campbell, Cephas, Dixon, Richard, Stewart, Cads, Burrell, Boza. Yeah. So I'm picking one of Cads and Boza. That's the first thing. And then I'm not picking Dixon and Richards. I don't think that. Why? Why are you doing that? But listen, let me not say that. You are doing that because it's your team. But yeah, that's what I would change. I would change a few things. But a lot of these things I would do, to be honest. Blake Wade Chambers, that sound about right. Lembikis Afraid, that sound right too. Pinnock King, Holgate Low. Yeah, I would love if Bernard is fit, but he's not. So yeah, I'm okay with those defenders, Lee and Henry. Hopefully Henry. I don't know, don't know the deal with Henry, but hopefully. Hayden Reed, Anderson, Morrison, Hall, Russell. Yeah, I would have DJ somewhere in there for sure. I saw that would probably be who I add. I would add DJ when I take out one of Kads or Boza. I still might put a Kevin Lambert and take out one of the wingers. We don't need 5 wingers, I don't think. I wonder why Greenwood don't trust us. Stewart has to be selected. We need the best players, or else Curacao Nyamusopa. Enough man around not scoring, and a lot of people get chances before him. True. Yes, determined. Family, I do well, man. Hope all is well with you and yours as well. If Stewart stop bleeding, just maybe he'll get selected. Oh boy. Bringing Donaldson to help the coaching staff. That not gonna happen. That will never happen. List out my 23-man squad. 4. Brother, it no matter. We say we lay on out, it's easy. Trevante for Seymour. Okay. Check the player team website and you see who get called up. That's true still, Because them always put a poster out about these players will be whatever. Kada on the bench tonight, Jamal Lowe starts. Yo, speaking of Jamal Lowe, the forgotten one. God, this man come in like the black sheep of Jamaica, man. Nobody know like this parlor, If you even mention the man, people start say, what you bring up them man there for? No, Bell not in ball pre-squad because Bell injured. Well, he came off injured, so just thinking it's gonna be too soon. All right, this is Jamal Lowe for the season. See him get 64 minutes now at this point. 9 games started out of 13. 800 minutes odd. So I get good minutes as well. The goal scoring frequency not up there. 414 minutes. Expected goals and 2 goals. That's not bad. A little more than XG. The goal conversion is at 13%, so not in the 20% range like Stewart and oh my boy, the name Burrell. The passing, no big chance created. Dribbles, very good percentage, not doing it so frequently. But then we have the total duels, ground duels, very good. Aerials, not so good. See the recoveries all the way up to 1.9. So that's the thing that you get out of Jamal now, that he might give you a little bit more flexibility as a striker. So he would be more along the lines and the vein of a Romain Borrell as a striker. One thing though, that 6 years of age difference, I think Borrell is a little more sharp right now, just in terms of like his quickness and his overall speed. Jamal Lowe has had to, amend his game slightly, tweak his game slightly to be more effective. Not slow by any means, but I don't think he's still like that rapid player that he used to be. But very, very technical. Always was technical player. Clean touch. Good strike at the ball as well. But I think that Cuba game, did him in with Jamaica fans, people. Nobody would get excited by the mention of him. Like, I wouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people just done with Jamal, and then the narrative was around that him dodge Gold Cups and all these things. So yeah, he's got a lot going against him. I'm not surprised. Like I said, we don't enjoy goals. What Rob Smith, another man can score the goals. But if you give the same man the chance to score them, him go score them. But you have to give another man a chance to score them. You can't just assume, say, because this man did do it more times, the man get more chance to do it. Burrell's form could change the entire forward line. Yeah, it's crazy. Kada on the bench tonight, Jamal Low starts. We are dropping 8 goals and keeping 1. Total football, no goals. We say. Oh boy. Rob just don't understand why would I want to drop Bowser. Or wait. So okay, yeah. When you say 8 goals, you talk about the World Cup qualifying. Which 8 goals? Oh, you talk about the 8 between Brown and Bowser. Okay. Come here, I wonder where I get 8 from. Them never play. So Bailey Cadamartri never play, never score. Didn't Bailey Cadamartri score? Don't say that. USA never look poor today. So USA have bounce football wrong Burkina Faso today. Ah man, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Costa Rica never look poor either. Drop all the goals. You say who else? All right, make a look. I'll go look. All right. To be fair, I don't watch. I think Canada must have play now or just finish. So I can't lie to you and tell you I watch that. Cause I never watch it. What? Carabag of Chelsea 2-all right now? Oh yeah, tell me say. That's why nobody never answer me. Me ask, what going with Chelsea, and nobody no answer me. I should I know from that. There's something bad I go on. Netherlands are playing Mexico now. Jaja. That more I see. Tell me say the on this. I can't want this up Mexico. Hold on there. What is this thing? People smash up the like button. Oh, I'm sure this is the women's. Okay. This me the want to see for real. Mexico, Netherlands. North Korea, knock out Brazil. See, Canada beat Uganda. Never see them, so I'm never see them never poor. But them win. So USA and Canada win. Panama get 4-1. And yesterday game them I know Haiti lose. Mexico get 2-1, but South Korea a big side. Or good side. Brazil give Honduras 7, so that was the worst one. So yeah, that look away still. And El Salvador pick up 5. Jeez and peas. Well, I'm glad Jamaica never let Haiti get 4-1. I mean, no, Haiti is a decent side too. 2-all. So we really are going over Chelsea place. Oh, this madman yeah. Why this man keep on playing Estevao every other game but Premier League game? Lavia injured again. This guy really make out a glass, man. We say them soon score two more. All right, boss. Exaggerating with Brown but Bowser. Okay, no problem. Let me say, oh, you make a good point for Bowser. And that's why me never just run out brawling and just don't pick him. Me kind of try show people why me even reach that conclusion there. A shame that Adrian Blake isn't in the conversation. He's doing well for Utrecht this season and playing at a higher level than most of our winger options. Why makes at this point, it's like if we were to even think about some of the people in this player pool that does not get look at all, it's like, geez, man. Cause this man play Eredivisie, Europa League, him have 2 stars, 3 appearance. Him don't score assist there. In the Eredivisie proper though, him got 11 appearance with 9 starts. Decent amount of minutes per game as a winger. 1 goal, 2 assists, 2 big chance created. Um, Conversion, accurate pass, defending, almost 3 ball recoveries a game. So you know him putting in the work. You see the duels. Not the greatest, but he's not the biggest player in the world. Touches per game, what that there? 30. Not bad. 2 yellow. Yeah, so I play a good level, yes. 20 years old. But what? No one of them player there, brother. I guess they say no man a bleach on the team. Another player that we don't even bring up, and him a do him thing too. I guess him just him pass him date, But 30 years of age now, Javan East, been a professional overseas for years. Gone to Israel where Trevante is. Start all 9 games, playing almost all the minutes per game. Him got 3 goals, 1 assist in those 9. You see him goal conversion, 27%. So we have these strikers very clinical, but we can't drop man we scored the last 2 windows. So we can have a convo about this player. But look, for me, if it was Borrell, Javanese, and Stewart, we wouldn't cuss. If it was Javanese, Borrell, and whoever else in farm with them right now, me not cuss. But like I said, it's form versus familiarity, and it just depends on what the coach value more. Because in the striker role alone, which is how we pretty much get through today, you can see that it's a form versus familiarity convo, and we don't know what's going to win out. We don't know what's going to win out. But for me, I'll be totally fine. Trevante Stewart, Roman Borrell, and Bailey Katz. And the one that's in there that you could probably say, boy, Jason Guna bias, how the man reaches up. It's probably Bailey Cadamartry. But for me, like I just think him gameplay better than Bowser gameplay. I just honestly believe that. I just feel like in these 2 games, it's gonna be less about we won't be getting chances based on like some pedestrian play and mistake and all these things. Yeah, we might get 1 and 2 chance from a mistake, but we're gonna have to break down teams and play better as a team. And I just feel like having Bailey Cadamartry in the team would lend itself to us playing better. Agree, Irie vibes. From what I hear, the man did well want to play for it. Johnson is doing good at Ajax this season. The only thing is, he's in the Eredivisie division, which is the second division, because he plays for young Ajax still. But the thing about it is, he's been playing predominantly as a centre back. How else you spell the man name? And a Jan. Seriously, how you spell the man name? J Johnson. Oh, I think I know how. There we go. Figure it out. Yeah, so he's playing. He actually, I thought he would have played today, but he didn't. He might have a knock right now, you know, because he play a game for young Ajax or Ajax U19 in the UEFA Youth League. But since that game, I don't see him play again, and then play a couple game well for him club since then. So I think he might have a little knock right now, just based on him not playing since the 25th. Yeah, I'm not playing since the 22nd of October. That was the game against Chelsea U19. Poor game in this game. Damn. 5.7. But yeah, I think they're literally grooming him to play a lot of centre back. But I mean he can do both. So we'll see. We'll see. But he's been playing predominantly centre half. When you look at his heat map and stuff. Now, as a centre half, he does have a lot of freedom. I'll say that. Because his heat maps show a lot of touches everywhere. But predominantly he's being developed in that centre back area at Ajax. So I know we have always thought about him as a potential CDM option, but it don't look like his club developing him as that. Yeah, I couldn't remember that it was JI. I kept trying JE and JA. Yeah, but Meeks, does the coach want these players? Because these players been around, and look how much window pass and time pass, and no, I no, I hear the man talk about none of them players. With me, no, have expressed an interest, and me know them have the heritage and stuff. So does he want the players? Like I just feel like he don't want these players because I don't. I feel like any player will come out and say them they don't want a player, them would have played. It just must be that the coach don't want them because them can't just put themselves on the team. Them have to get called. You know what I mean? But yeah, nothing wrong with bringing them up still because you never know with this coach. The man might, I didn't know. I didn't know. You never, you never know. But yeah, people, form versus familiarity. That is the question. I think that question will be answered on Friday when we see some of these selections because you could see just in the forward line alone, based on which one you value more, you're going to make your selections go a certain way. So we'll know after Friday whether this coach value the form more or the familiarity and the chemistry of the team more. That's going to be the thing that we're going to be looking for. Like I said, speculatively, I believe that we will see the squad on Friday. So yeah, we'll definitely have all the reactions to the squad once it's down. If Jason Gooner was right, can we say definitively which one coach and his staff prefer, the familiarity or the form. Because in that striking area where we expect to see 3 at maximum 4 players, I think the decisions will be based on whether you want to go with the form of the players or whether you want to go with the familiarity with the Jamaica national team and the setup. All right, so big up on yourselves. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. And until next time, look out again. We're going to do a part more of this conversation because we have the defenders to talk about. We have the midfielders, the wingers to talk about still. And we know the squad soon pick. So we'll bring some brata tomorrow. Later today, though, people, look out. Go ahead. Look at the channel. I'm going to make the thumbnail very soon here. We're going to be doing the Mount Pleasant versus Defense Force second leg watch along, right? So man's out here. We have time today, so we're going to do some football content, and we have a team from Jamaica looking to make it back to back in the Caribbean Cup after Cavalier won it last year. Mount Pleasant trying to win it this year. All right, people. So we're going to be back for the second leg. Of course, Mount Pleasant in a great position after a 5-1 win in the first leg, and they get to play the second leg tonight at home in the National Stadium. So 6 o'clock kickoff. I'll probably be here about 5:30-ish or maybe a little bit before or after that. So just look out, turn on bell notifications on the channel so you are aware, and the thumbnail will be coming shortly. I will probably share it in the community maybe so you guys can see that we are definitely doing it. Drop your likes. If anything, I'll throw it in the Discord for those who don't have a way to watch it. But either way, I will be doing the live commentary of the game here on the channel. So just stick around. Well, don't stick around because I have things to do. But thanks so much for being around, all the people that were engaged in the convo throughout the entire show. Big up, you are legends for that. And thanks so much for tuning in. Everybody that already became a member, we greatly appreciate that. So it's another way to support the channel. Not a big investment, just $1.99 a month. It's just a way to kind of keep things ticking over here at the channel. Make sure if any improvements needed with the equipment, all those things, because we're trying to make this channel a fully self-sufficient thing. We have over the years some things that we have to subscribe to be able to bring you the content in the manner that we do. So yeah, all those things just go right back towards setting up for the channel itself. All right, people. So just know that if you become a member, if you drop a super chat, if you drop a like, all you're doing is expressing the support you already show by viewing it and liking it in the form of some monetary value so that we can use that to go ahead and make improvements to the channel itself. So you are only helping what you already like, which is the content here. So just keep that in mind. We can build the channel together, and that's what we intend to do. All right, people. So big up yourselves. Thanks so much again for tuning in. I am Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. Farm versus familiarity. Which one you think is more important? Let me know in the comments underneath the video. Big up on yourself, and until next time, people, we're gone. Blessings, prayers to all my Jamaican people.